Good morning, I'm Monica, and I am grateful to be your reader for today. The theme for November 2021 is Breathe in the View. The topic for today is Gratitude Beyond Gifts. Michael Bernard Beckwith once said, "Gratitude places you in the energy field of plenitude. Glow with gratitude and see how awe and joy will make their home in you." Let's affirm the power of gratitude together. I glow with gratitude, placing myself in the field of platitude, awe, and joy. And at this time, I would like to introduce our beloved Reverend Kathleen.
That was just beautiful, Monica. Thank you so much. We're completing the month of November today. This beautiful theme of breathe in the view. And so today, I'd like to have you all join me in this awareness that we continue to move up the spiral of conscious evolution through our spiritual practice, through our intentions. Can you feel it? I mean, I can feel it in myself and in this spiritual community, our progression through the year. And so on this journey, in order to reach the summit, at least of this level of consciousness, and then move on to the next, it's important to allow ourselves to undergo the process of purification. Emma Curtis Hopkins called it chemicalization. And it's when we do our spiritual practice over a period of time, our prayers, our meditation, things start to bubble up. Emotions that have been stuck in our tissues that are ready to be released. And that is a good sign. It's a good sign. It's letting us know that there is some movement taking place, an opportunity to cleanse and clear the body temple, the subconscious mind, the neurocircuits, and make room for the spirit that we are to shine through more brightly. So that's one part of the process. The other part of the process is to, at the same time, cultivate gratitude. And we've been focusing on gratitude this entire month. And we're focusing, though, on gratitude as more than just counting your blessings, which is giving thanks for the things that we see in front of us or that we notice in the present moment. This is a gratitude that is grounded in the awareness that we live in an infinite universe, the presence of God that surrounds us, that's within us, omnipresent God, an infinite presence. And so in this focus, there is an awareness that gratitude is this portal. It's a causative energy. It's this portal through which we enter more fully into the field of grace, into the ever-present, all-providing nature of the divine, which is abundance. And so today, what I'm offering is the Blue Holiday ceremony, ritual, to you, each one of you here today, as individuals, as part of the beloved community, to assist you in unburdening yourself, that beautiful purification process of anything that still might be stuck and ready to move and released. And also to use the causative energy of gratitude. And I say causative because it causes us to rise in consciousness. Gratitude is a very high vibrational frequency. And it encourages us to see all of the goodness and the beauty that is in our lives, it's available to us as the very presence of God, the gifts of the Spirit. So it's causative and it also showers not only us with the blessings of the Spirit, it showers everyone around us, especially when we express gratitude verbally to others, it showers them with blessings as well. So, I'd like to begin with a story. There once was a metaphysical Bible study group that was puzzled over the deeper meaning of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 3. It had various parts to it, but the ones that they wanted to focus on in particular was the idea that he is like a refiner's fire, and he will sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. The he that is talked about here is the divine presence, and often people see it as the presence in Jesus the Christ, who is the great example. We also see the Bible as a journey of consciousness for humanity and of ourselves individually, with all kinds of codes. We could call them spiritual codes, spiritual principles that are written into it, and sometimes feel like they're hidden. But as we take these different Bible verses into our prayers and into our contemplation, we can then begin to glean information that's really important for us. So as this particular group was looking at this, one of the members offered to call a silversmith and to learn more about refining silver and to get back to them. So she got permission during that week to go and sit at the foot of a silversmith and watch how the process unfolded. And so he was holding a piece of unrefined silver over the fire, a very, very hot fire. And he explained that in refining silver, you hold the silver in the middle of the hottest part of the fire and allow the impurities to be burned away. I think you know where this is going, right? The silversmith went on. He said, I hold the silver in the fire with my eye on it the entire time. And then she asked him, how do you know when the silver is fully refined? And he said, when I see my image in it. So beautiful. So the metaphysical meaning of fire is the purifying power of divine love, your true nature, that burns away all of the impurities or the dross of false perspectives, error thinking that's out of alignment with spiritual truth, anything that keeps you stuck in the mire of separation, any ideas of separation from the divine, and anything that blocks the super luminous infinite presence that you are in truth. So just because you practice positive spirituality doesn't mean that you will not ever again walk through challenges. We know that that's part of how things work in this temporal, this earthly experience. However, and I want to say something first. First of all, it's important to realize that life challenges are not the will of God. And they are not God testing you. I want to really clear that up. These particular experiences are an opportunity. This is the perspective that will really shift things for you. An opportunity to purify yourself of errors in thinking and bring you back into your true self, which is the presence of love, the presence of compassion for yourself, compassion for others. So life perspectives that keep you stuck or numbed out in pain, that deny the pain, that pretend like it's not there, that you cover up with a smile, or maybe it is wallowing in emotional turmoil, worrying that it will never end. All of these different ways of handling emotions are not healthy for us, and they can lead to physical issues, physical illness, those other kinds of things. And nothing will ever change unless it's purified. So today, we're going to offer an opportunity to purify ourselves of it. And when we purify ourselves, we can discover the truth about ourselves, about others, about the great mystery of life. And when we sit with our emotions from a place of presence, realizing our true identity is the presence of the divine, when we sit from that perspective, that's okay. Then, and with the awareness not only of the divine presence within us, that love presence within us that purifies, but as we also envelop ourselves in spiritual community, the love of each other. So I just take a moment and feel that. And you can look around yourself if you want to and just be aware of the amazing amount of love that's in this community, love and caring. So we have this beautiful field or atmosphere of unconditional love that's already present here today. But the idea is to sit in the emotions, observing from a place of compassion, self-compassion, compassion for others, so we can actually hold vigil for each other too, as each other is moving through emotions, but always remembering and always witnessing from a place of our divine nature, our connection with God, and the awareness that love is the ultimate healing energy. Compassion is love in action. So when we do this, something magical happens. It's called purification, transformation. So I'd like you to close your eyes, drop into your heart, and ask your inner divine self to assist you in walking through the fire of your emotions today in a way that is beneficial. Just take a moment and do that. Ask your inner divine self to assist you, the presence of God, whatever words you want to use, to assist you in walking through the fire of your emotions today. And you know what? I meant to bring some tissues down from, do we have tissues available, Virgie? If not, I know there's some down in the parent room because I saw them there. Let's be ready with tissues. Thank you. Oh, not for me, but for other people. I mean, who knows? I might need them too, but let's just be ready and ready to care for each other. Okay, so like the silversmith sees his image in the purified silver, you will more fully reflect the image of God as your true self. And that translates in your own life as a greater capacity for the gifts of the Spirit: peace, joy, love, gratitude, wisdom during this holiday season and beyond. So we're preparing ourselves today to really embrace the season in a way that we never have before. So let us begin the ritual. And I would like the first group of candlelighters to come forward, and that's everyone except for Janet, to come forward and stand behind your candle, if you would. Also, all of you at the same time. The first 5 in that, yes, thank you. Bruce or Virgie? Beautiful.
As I light this candle, let us acknowledge those who have perished or are suffering throughout the world due to COVID-19, due to climate change, due to wildfires, volcanoes, earthquakes, storms, and floods, due to war and injustice. Inhale, exhale deeply, allowing your feelings of fear, sadness, and anger to be felt. Now take a moment of silence to offer prayers of blessing for yourself and all those affected. Let us honor the memory of our loved ones whose loss we are still grieving. We offer our tears as a testament of our hope. Let us speak those loved ones' names as I leave this evening. Breathe out, expressing your grief. Breathe in love, holding your loved ones in your heart.
Let us honor the feelings of family members and friends who came join us to share this holiday season. As I light this candle, let's say their names out. Inhale, exhale, feeling sadness and frustration. Missing their physical presence. Breathe in love, holding them in your heart.
Let us now free our hearts from the sadness, anger, and grief caused by other kinds of relationship losses, such as divorce, separation, loneliness, irreconcilable differences, estrangement, betrayal, and emotional and mental illness. As we light this candle, name the losses that you are experiencing.
change with you. Let us acknowledge the toll this has taken on us and on our lives. How has COVID-19 impacted your faith and your feelings about your upcoming harvest? Inhale. Exhale, allowing yourself to feel any anger, sadness, fear you as I light this candle. I invite you to affirm your willingness to be purified by the healing fire of divine love. Now, if you are willing, light one of your candles and bring it to the altar to demonstrate your intention to be purified.
So I have another story to share for you before we complete this ceremony. It's a story that I found online, written by Lori Kennedy in a recent Guidepost issue. She was returning to a place that she and her husband Russ had called home for 28 years, a place in Northern California that was surrounded in pines, big, tall pines, towering pines. 2 weeks earlier, they had jumped into their car to be evacuated with their cats and a few belongings in order to escape the impending wildfire that was tearing through Northern California. And I want to read this in her own words because it's very deeply moving. She said, given permission to return, Russ and I brought shovels, work boots, N95 masks, and gloves to salvage anything we could. I wasn't prepared for what awaited us. The ground was covered with a heavy layer of ash. The trees that remained were charred stumps. Our house was nothing but rubble. Mementos, photos, my precious collection of inspirational books, all gone. I wiped away a steady stream of tears as we dug through the ash and debris. We uncovered a cast iron coat tree that used to be in our foyer, and a decorative dish that our son had given to us, charred but still usable. We loaded bits and pieces of our life into our car, and I wondered, how will we go on? I felt as if our lives had been wiped out. When it was time to get into the car and leave, I noticed something stuck to my boot, a scrap of paper smudged with soot. It must have come from one of my inspirational books. It read, If life seems difficult, I pause and reflect on the blessing hidden within the circumstance. With renewed faith and courage, I begin again. Powerful. I framed that scrap of paper and kept it on the nightstand in every hotel and motel we stayed in over the coming months. It now sits in a place of honor in our new home, a reminder that we can begin again. So let's take a moment and reflect on any circumstances, whether it's our personal circumstance or global circumstances. And look for the hidden blessings, because they are there, even if it's just to support us in our evolutionary process to become more loving, more compassionate, whatever that is. Look for the hidden blessings. Breathe in. And then just name them to yourselves. What are the hidden blessings? And now repeat after me with renewed faith and courage. I begin again. Feel that. I begin again. I'd like to call Janet Davis forward now to light the next candle. It looks like Delaney is coming with her. So Janet and Delaney.
Let us now shift our attention to feeling gratitude for the family and friends we do here and today. Those family and friends still with us, and those in our spiritual life. All who are the very incarnation of spirit love right there.
Calling out the names of all those who we appreciate right here and right now. Janet, Delaney, Dean, Deb, Tom, Michelle, Monica, Jerry, Dash, Linda, Monica, Lisa, Frank, Ray, Peggy, Mary, Mary's sister, Virgie, Bruce, Dwayne, Dan, Michelle, Steve, Rowan. Have you noticed how many people's names you can name if you really think about it? Wow. Thank you. So, in honor of the faith and the gift of hope, love, peace, and joy that the holiday season has to offer, let us affirm that we are bringers of the light of God, shining in the midst of darkness. In gratitude, we stand with all those who work tirelessly for peace, justice, health, cleaning up the environment, and awakening humanity to love and compassion. Inhale peace and harmony. Exhale love and gratitude. I am feeling the spirit fully and completely right now. I don't know about the rest of you. And so I'd like to conclude with just the awareness of what we have done here today. We've allowed ourselves and set the intention to be purified, knowing that this might continue on beyond this day. And we're also setting our intention to be that causative energy of gratitude, that light that lights up the world, that brings the gifts of the Spirit into the holiday season with us. We are love generators. We are peace generators. We are joy generators. Can you feel that? And gratitude, remember, is a beautiful portal into that field of grace, living in the flow of grace. So, in that spirit of knowing the truth of the fullness, the glory, the graciousness of the Spirit that works not only for us, but through us, we give our thanks. And we also know that the spirit of plenitude, awe, and joy are anchored, find their home more fully within us right here and right now. Let's accept that. Let's breathe that in, and let's get ready to stand up and accept it with a powerful yes! And so it is. Woo! Yes.